Hey guys, today we are doing lesson 105 in math. It is fraction of a group problems, part 2. So we did a part 1 on this. This is the second part, and it is on page 360 in your math book, textbook, if you want to follow along. It starts out by saying the fraction problems in this lesson are two-step problems. First, we find the number in one part, and then we can find the number in more than one part. So in example 1, there were 30 leprechauns in the forest. 3/5 of them wore green jackets. How many leprechauns wore green jackets? So I'm going to write this here. We're finding 3/5 of 30. Okay, so the 30 is the total, and 3/5 of them wore green jackets. So just want to write that down for you. Now, it explains the word fifths tell us there were 5 equal groups. We need to find the number in each group. Since there were 30 leprechauns in all, we divide 30 by 5. So this is similar to what we were doing on math dailies. We're basically making 3/5 into a fraction that is equal. Okay, so 5 times blank gives us 30, or 30 divided by 5. So we're taking this 30 and dividing by the denominator. Well, we know 5 times 6 gives you 30. And so we divided 30 divided by 5, and we got 6. Okay, so that is step 1. There are 6 leprechauns in each group. So that's what this 6 shows us. There are 6 leprechauns in each group. So then we have to multiply. So they drew the picture. 30 leprechauns divided into groups of 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. 5 groups of 6. And then they said, well, 3 of these groups wore green jackets and 2 did not. So 3/5 would be 3 groups of 6. So we have to multiply our 3 times 6. So that's what we're doing here when we're doing fractions. 3 times 6 is 18. So I just wanted to show you the relationship between what we're doing in math dailies, finding equivalent fractions. 3/5 of 30 is the same as saying, well, 3/5 is how many 30ths? Well, the answer is 18. But the way we got it was step 1, 30 divided by 5. So we had to divide this out and see how many equal groups there were. We got 6. And then our second step is to take this answer, 6, and multiply it by the top number of the fraction, giving us 18. So 6 times 3 is 18. But then we can check it this way by saying 18 out of 30 is the same as 3/5. Because we multiply both parts by 6, we can check it and see that those are equal. And if you look at the bottom of the page, it just reminds you that 18 leprechauns wore green jackets, but you can also see 2 groups did not wear jackets. 2/5 did not. So 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 leprechauns did not wear green jackets. And if you added those 2 together, the 18 that did wear green plus the 12 that did not wear green, you would get your total of 30. Okay? All right, example 2, 2/3 of the 24 elves worked in the toy factory. How many elves worked in the toy factory? So we have 2/3 of 24. Okay, so we're going to do it like we did the last one, because thirds is our fraction. We know that there are 3 equal groups, so we're going to divide 24 by 3. And we know 3 times 8 is 24. And so that's our step 1. There are 8 in each group. Then to find our answer, how many are in 2 equal groups, 2/3, we have to multiply by 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 of the elves worked in the toy factory. And so if you'll look right here, you see they divided it into the 3 groups like we've been doing. 8 in each group, which is what we got here. And then we multiply the 8 times 2 because there were 2 groups that worked in the factory, and that is 16. And then what's left in the other elves, the 1/3 that didn't work in the factory, there's just 1 group of 8. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you wanted to see it again as a fraction, 2/3 is the same as blank 24ths. 3 times what is 24? 8. Then we multiply the 2 times the 8 as well, and we get 16. So 2/3 of 24 is 16 out of 24. So our answer is 16 elves worked in the factory. Okay, there are some practice problems here, 3 practice problems. If this feels kind of tricky to you, you might want to go over those problems, draw the pictures if that helps you, like they did up here and like we did in some of the other examples, or you can just do the computation part. And then when you've got that, you may work on problem set 105. And let me see, I will probably let you take out some problems. I should have done this before. So this is problem set 105. Do numbers 1 through 12. And we'll skip some of the multiplication today. And just do 21 to 24. And then maybe on the next problem set, we will do more of the multiplication. So there you go. Problem set 105, do numbers 1 through 12 and 21 through 24. And then I will send you pictures of the answers so you can check them. Tomorrow we will review and make any corrections, or you can review and make any corrections. Please text me if you have any questions or problems. And then on Wednesday, we will take math test 20.